Hello, everybody. This is Kia. Welcome to Hmong Life Coaching. Today, I want to talk to you guys about mental health, and I want to talk to you guys about how it is linked to how it is, and I'm going to help you guys to translate Hmong to because you know how like we are so stuck in both worlds, right? And when we're so stuck in both worlds, we have to kind of understand that they're actually saying the same thing. It's just in a different language, but we're all still talking about the same thing. So for me, I develop what is called ADHD. So ADHD, that means that I am a neurodivergent. It means that people whose brain process information in a way that is different from what is considered typical. So there is a neurodivergent and there's neurotypical. Okay, so neurotypical, you just have a normal brain, and that's it. So for me, I develop what's called hypervigilant. ADHD, they said that it's linked with childhood trauma. That some statistics say that, and some people say it's genetic, that you can have ADHD. But I find that really crazy, and this is how I feel about it, because that's just so bad. Like, that's terrible, because like, wow, you're like years and years of generation of like genetics of having ADHD. I mean, like somebody's got to break it. I mean, somebody's got to break the generation curse, right? I mean, somebody has to break the generation curse, because that shouldn't be, I don't know, that shouldn't be genetic, but it has a lot to do with like your point of view too, your point of view. So for me, even though I have ADHD, I know that's where coming from, is from my childhood trauma. And I'm not mad about it. It's a gift, I learned how to use it in a good way. So with that being said, I developed this thing called hypervigilant. So I have a sixth sense, right? So what does that mean? Lumong, right? So it means that as right before, like years, like I since I was a kid, I could still remember, laying in bed and them taking me on my bed, and I levitated up and we flew out the window and they showed me the world. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful and so peaceful. It's like they were trying to tell me that they are good in the world too. Even though I developed ADHD, like I love being able to I don't know, like, so hypervigilant, so right? So that's why I said sixth sense, because you only have five senses, right? But I developed a sixth sense. So what does that mean, right? My stuff has been moved, because I'm very OCD too. So how did I develop ADHD? How, right? So if it said that it was linked from childhood trauma, how did I develop this, right? So I was very neglected. I was neglected, and then not only was I neglected, believe the expectations of all this expectation out of you. And you know what? Fully develop, and they're already giving you responsibilities, right? Responsibility of a little girl, 7, 9 years old. That's why they end, child labor, because all of these things for a child, for them to expect them to do all these things, right? They're expecting you to do all these things, and as a child cứ tôi chỉ tao fully develop cái lúc brain na là tôi muốn you phải okay na how do you even be a child? You cannot be a child when your parents made you to be the parent-find mother. So I had to take care of my siblings. I still remember sleeping with my little sister, and I don't even remember, but I slept with my sister for a long time, and she used to sleep right on my chest right here, and it's not a job for me. Because you have to me you more you to me your by or near head first of all, what that is. So, your nature mean your develop any trauma, you have to really teach them at a child level, a mama care na a chia had their care you expect them to know these things, là tí chỉ bảo na là ya mình nhỏ sana để là chỉ bảo á chỉ là tí tia là lúc tí chỉ tao bù à and they chỉ mo nhỏ là bảo okay nhỏ là bảo nè nhỏ là bảo gì na it's really hard for them, and they more love babysit their siblings, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the older siblings cannot watch the other siblings, but I'm talking about you go on a whole vacation and you let your other child babysit your other child, it's not okay, and that's what happened to us, and so I developed to be to be such a mom that I forgot about myself, and because they put you in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, you don't have time for yourself. At all, So that's what happened to me. So because you know what? I take their pain and I be better. Be better. And so how did our Koning come to be, right? And then how we gonna figure this with our ADHD, right? So with ADHD, I found that I'm very, very hypervigilant. So we're all energy. We are all energy, people around us, we are all energy. And I feel energy. I don't see the people, I feel the energy, I don't see color. Because for me, it's about energy, If I feel your energy, you feel it right away. You go to pain, you bulk it right away. That's why sometimes you talk to test it, you talk to test it, you pain, even though you bulk the pain. I still test it. Just to see, oh, you know what? They might be wrong today. They're so well dressed and everything like no, but it don't matter. They could be well dressed, not well dressed, the energy, I feel the energy, So let's go deep dive into Kuning and evil and God and stuff like that, right? So Kuning to me, the word Kuning to me is Halumikan, then you are the chosen one. You are chosen. You're chosen to do this job. You're chosen to come to earth. You are chosen to help the people on earth, just like you, me, and I. But with light comes darkness. There comes darkness, right? Because the light and the dark have been fighting for years. They've been fighting and they've been fighting. I want to let you guys know they ain't gonna win as long as I'm here. They ain't gonna win, okay? Because the devil is always lurking, okay? And the devil always send people out to pretend to be your friend, to pretend to be your mother. And the devil does not discriminate. You guys gotta know this. They do not discriminate. They don't. These people, they do not discriminate. They'll send them out as your friend. They'll send you out as your brother. They'll send you out as your sister. They'll send you out to test you. Okay? They're demonic. Demonic kind of people. Demonic. They're called NPD. NPD. Anybody know what NPD stands for? NPD, yes. These are narcissistic personality disorder. Okay? These are the narc. These are the narc. These are the devil. These are the enemy. These are the ones that coming out. Okay? So Ninja around us, right? This is the 3D world, okay? This is the 3D. And there's 11 dimensions, 3, 4 to 5. 5D is the matrix. It's, well, we live in the matrix. We're in the matrix, you know? And we don't, the matrix is all the fake things around us. Look at all of this fake stuff, you know. Look at the food we're eating. You know, they process all our food. Why? Why can't we just get real organic food? Why? Why do they make more organic food more expensive than fake food? Why? You guys have to think about this. Why? Why are they doing this? Why all of a sudden we don't have eggs? Why? You know? They don't want to give us anything good. It's all a matrix. Have you guys seen the movie The Matrix? You know? You go into the real world and you're actually eating real food, but the food is kind of like, it's real, you know? And then when you live in the matrix, all this food is fake. It's fake news, fake food. They're all trying to kill us. That's what they're trying to do. Little by little, they're trying to kill us, right? I mean, look around, you guys. Just look. I mean, just look around. So, me being so intuitive to what's going on in the world, that I feel like she wanted to care about any of these things. And all of these things are all linked together, right? They're all linked together. We are all linked together one way or another. We are all energy. So, you know, you guys have to be very mindful. Have to be very mindful, because law of attraction, you know. So I really want to talk to you guys about, you know, the difference of Hmong and Mika, right? So Hmong, we believe like the spirits, and we believe in healing, and we believe in helping the spirits to go and reincarnate, right? But there's also, which is not bad, because we are healers, right? We are healers, and we are guides, and we are leaders, you know. So there is the other side too, right? So the other side, okay? Because for Hmong, we always talk about the 5D, but bitch, talk about the 3D. We don't talk about like anything else other than here, how to help them, and how to this and how to that. But like, okay, all that is true. So like, what about God? What about God? He's real too, right? Because we talk about like, hey, okay, there's always that phrase, right? So we don't ever talk about God. We don't ever talk about him, or we don't talk about how he plays a role in it, right? We always talk about like, oh, more down, and but then bitch, talk about more. So what did all this entail, right? So